That's why in the playoffs now you're looking at the coaches around the NBA saying, you know what, I got to have hoopers on the floor, guys that are going to make shots. Guys, when LeBron James said, oh, that's Lonnie Walker. Here you go, Lonnie.
Yeah.
First, like, nah, I'm not passing him the ball.
Exactly.
I know he can't make the shots.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm loving these last couple of days, coaches making adjustments.
Yeah, and the most important thing in playoff basketball, right, is you want to put a point on the board every time down court, whether it be 1 point, 2, or 3. And you got to have some guys who can score the basketball. And when you score in the basketball, if you score and the other team miss, guess what they say? Oh, that's good defense. Yeah. Then you come down and you score again, and the other team miss. Oh, that's good defense. And when you get up 4 to 6 points, those guys who can't score, the pressure becomes really high. And then instead of taking shots, they start passing shots up. And that's what 3D is talking about. You got to have guys that can score the basketball when you're playing playoff winning basketball.
Well, you say score the basketball, and I think of one of the best bucket getters in the NBA, Jason Tatum. But here's the thing. He finished with 36 points. We know what he can do. But the start of these games, Zeke, I'm going to go over it, right? Game 2, 1 for 7 overall throughout the game. They won that one, but he struggled. Game 4, 1 for 9 to start. Really found his rhythm in the second half. In this one, 0 for 6 start. Didn't hit a shot until 6 minutes into the second quarter. Again, he finished with 36. Well, what do you see from the 76ers that their game plan's working early and often against one of the best scorers in the league?
You know, if you want to say it's old school basketball, it is. You know, right now you have a lot of teams coming into the playoffs and coming into games, and they're saying, this is our formula for winning. We want to take 30 or 40 three-point shots, right? Regardless of how many we make, we just want to get up 40, right? And the consequences, what Philadelphia is saying, okay, we'll take as many threes as we can get, but we're going to start out closer to the basket. And the closer we start off to the basket, guess what? The more confidence we get, because we make a couple of shots, right? And the more shots that you make, then you start moving out a little bit more, and then you open it up. Boston coming out, jacking from the 3 the first, minute, 2 minutes of the game. Hey, if those shots don't go in, now you got a problem, because now you got long rebounds, teams out in transition. And when you're at home, most people think that it's easier to win at home. It's tough to win basketball games, playoff basketball games at home when you're not playing and you're not shooting well.
Great point that you make, Zeke. I actually noticed that in the first quarter. Celtics' first 4 shots were threes, right? And it was like, that's what they're doing. For the 76ers, they only had 4 threes in their first 20 shots. So that's the stat to back up what the Hall of Famer is saying. Another great Chicago point guard, now the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, 1 win away from the conference finals. There's Glenn Doc Rivers.
Yeah, he was just professional. He was locked in, patient. I told the team, our first 3 possessions were horrendous of the game. Like, I think the first 3 times anybody touched it, they shot it. And I was literally about to call a timeout. And then the next possession, the ball, bam, 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 guy got a 3, and we were off to playing right. And we played right from that point on. I thought James and Maxey both did a great job, running pick and rolls. And I thought our team understood, okay, we need a bucket. We need to get the ball to Joel. We need the space, and he makes the plays from there. And I thought Joel did a great job of shooting when he needed to shoot and passing when he needed to pass.
Target Al Horford, especially in the second quarter. Pulled everybody get away.
Yeah, I don't think it was Al. I just think he was targeting whoever. He came in the game. You could just listen. He wanted to play. The whole team did. I thought our composure overall was really good. They're going to make runs. They're going to make shots. And that team is tough. They just keep making tough shots, and you got to breathe through it. You really do, and I thought our guys did that.
Doc, just how were you able to just unlock Tyrese tonight? Just looked like he was much more aggressive than he has been in the series.
Honestly, the ball went from side to side. You think about, he had 3 or 4 just point-blank threes because of their rotations. With him and Tobias, like I said, I think game 1 or whatever, game 2, it's a barometer for us. If Tobias and Maxey are involved, that means the ball's moving. If Tobias and Maxey are not involved, that means the ball's not moving. And the ball moved today. And then with 7 minutes left, we put it in his hand because we thought with his quickness, he can handle that pressure.
Yeah, Doc, you're kind of talking about it already, but you guys played with purpose tonight, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, these are big games. I mean, they really are. Every game you play, the playoffs are hard. Winning's hard. And I just thought we played the right way. Guys who went out of the game was shaking the hands of the guy going in.
Before the start of the fourth quarter, you're like, man, we were saying who's going to be the guy. Like, we know Embiid and Harden, what we're going to get from those two guys. Well, Tyrese Maxey was like, it's me. I'm the one that he hadn't scored in the fourth quarter in games 2, 3, and 4, but kept it going, made 6 threes, and truly, throughout the entire game, really pushed the pace and was just outstanding.
Zeke, I remember early in the season when Doc was trying to figure out how do I keep Maxey and James Harden on the floor at one time. I think Doc's finally figured it out.
Yeah.
Maxey's a hooper, and Maxey understands now he has to be aggressive. And James Harden wants him to be aggressive. Embiid wants him to be aggressive. You're a different speed, right? James Harden's more methodical. He wants to lull you to sleep. We know Embiid now can pick and pop, shoot the 3, or post up. Maxey's you come off that screen, one dribble, shoot it, turn the corner floater. Lets me know that when he's playing at a high level, now the defenses are stuck because now you don't know who to concentrate on.
You know, I have all these stats in front of me, right? But I feel like right before we came on the show, you guys were schooling me about something. So just to school the audience now, enough about the stats and where we are, the conversation you guys were having about hoopers and what that means this time of year.
Well, I think, we get caught up in, this guy's a great defensive player or this guy's a great 1, 2, or the other. You're in the playoffs now. We need hoopers on the court. We need guys that know how to play basketball, right? And what I mean by that, people at home, is that you've never heard of a coach telling the defensive guy, hey, man, you're rebounding the ball, you're playing great defense. On the offensive end, go down there and do whatever you want.
Yeah, go down there and shoot as many times as you want.
You know why, Chris, and people at home? He can't shoot. He can't. But you've heard us numerous times on this desk tell an offensive guy, like a Luka, hey, Luka, we know you're going to score whenever you want to, but please give us the effort on the other end of the floor. That's what we're seeing now. So all these offensive guys like Lonnie Walker IV last night was out of the rotation for the Lakers. Darvin Ham said, wait a minute. If he plays hard on the defensive end, I know this young man can score the basketball. Same thing with Monty Williams in Phoenix. He's finally playing other guys who can make shots, but Monty is challenging them, give me some effort on defensive end. So now you look at Daniel House tonight for the Sixers, right? He's giving you effort on defensive end. Offensively, he made a few shots. So there's another guy the Celtics said, wait a minute, we weren't planning for him because he's one part of rotation. So that's
It's Embiid, free to fire, drills it. Joel Embiid, 32 for the MVP.
Joel Embiid started the game and finished the game in the same way, hitting threes. His first shot was a three-pointer, and the dagger was a three-pointer. Welcome to Playoff Central Live. Chris Miles here with Zeke and 3D, presented by AT&T 5G. Listen, when you look across the board and you go, the Philadelphia 76ers now, 1 win away from the conference finals for the first time since Tyrese Maxey was less than a year old. And here he is,
good gracious,
dropping 30 to help them get there. Zeke, when you hear that and you think of this team, Allen Iverson, 2001, that's the last time they went to the conference finals, to be 1 win away. What does that feel like when you know a franchise has been down and you're the players helping them get up?
Well, it just, shows you how hard it is to win in this league. And, you got to have, great players to do it. And, you talk about Allen Iverson, right? He was the MVP of the league. Now you got Embiid, who's the MVP of the league. And then you got Maxey and everyone else to kind of fill in. So, you got to have great players to get to that level. And, Philadelphia has a great one in Embiid.
3D, you looked at me